So guys, these are the Alfa Romeo's cars. There's the Stelvio, there's the Giulietta, and the other one is also the Stelvio Quadrifoglio, which is a Q4 or the Quattro of Alfa Romeo. So that's a beautiful car, 2.8 liters, twin turbo engine with 503 horsepower, which is insane. Now the beautiful part about the Alfa Romeo cars, or the claim to fame, are their incredible design features. So basically all their cars look absolutely epic, and obviously their performance is incredible as well. That's their claim to fame. So that's what we are here to check out, how they drive and how they look. So now guys, this is the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio, and like I mentioned, this has 2.8 liter twin turbo engines generating around 503 horsepower, and this looks like a mean beast. Now this Stelvio also has a regular version without the Q4. It has a 2 liter engine and generates around 279 horsepower, which is also pretty good. But probably some of the interiors and the looks and basically the alloys, all of those would be slightly different. This has a few added features, so let's check this out and see how it feels. Now let's look at the interiors. Now that looks really nice. Look at the beautiful leather stitching. The red color looks awesome. Herman Kardon speakers, and they have a lot of carbon fiber finishes there. The steering wheel looks really good. They have beautiful paddle shifts, nice and big. My Accord has smaller ones, and the overall racing bucket seats looks nice, and the center console is very decluttered and looks really good. They have an 8.8-inch infotainment system, and let's look at the back seats now. That's pretty decent space, right? That's a nice roomy car. Even though there's a slope at the back, it still feels nice and roomy. The seats are really well stitched. Oh yeah, that's pretty decent. That's significant boot space. Excellent. So guys, we're in the car now, checking out the interiors, and it's really good. I love the steering wheel. I love the start-stop button over here. It feels like it's a sports car, and I love these huge paddle shifts, which also look really good. And the steering's pretty light. The meters are nice and sporty. The overall interiors look really plush. The center console is really nice and decluttered. The leather work, the stitch work is fantastic. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels like they've spent some money over here. They have a nice little 8.8-inch screen, some carbon fiber detailing, and the overall the look and feel of the plastics are really nice. And let's see what we have here. We have a sunroof. Can we open this, please? Yeah, that's actually a pano roof, which looks very nice. Yeah, that's great. Let's see how this bad boy drives now, shall we? Yeah, the brakes are extremely responsive, which is really good, and the steering is really light and very responsive and extremely light. And I love the stance. It's nice and high, so that's lovely. And let's see how this does. 503 horsepower is ridiculous. It's got the punch. It's really good. It's got that thrust. It pushes you back into your seat, and the seats are really comfortable. I would love to drive this car. Look at the engine roar. extremely responsive. It's an amazing car. Let me go left over here.
Go straight.
Straight, let's go straight. This is, and it cuts around the corners really well, so that's absolutely epic. Look at this. Oh, that's good, that's really good. So that's the thing, right? The good part is there's also quattro, so basically it's a four-wheel drive technically, so it'll be good on and off the road as well. The suspension's a little hard, but that's what you expect from SUVs. But it's great. Oh, it has that wheelie. So when those turbos kick in, it just juts ahead. It's amazing. Let's see. Absolutely love it. And the entire steering feels so good. I don't know what this material is. Is it suede or what is it over here? Just going straight, yeah?
Yeah.
And then this is good. And then you can actually use your paddle shifts. Let's see. That's absolutely brilliant. This would be amazing to drive on some of these autobahns, to be honest. It's pretty good. And let's check out the volume. And I really love the volume button. It's a stroller, so it's really nice. They have urban garden over here. Let's see how it cuts across the corners. One thing I really like is the brakes are extremely responsive. It's feather touch. And then you're good. Because probably they do need it, right? Because it has 503, there's a lot of acceleration. So probably they need such reactive brakes to basically make sure that the car stops in time. And then, yeah. So overall you have a nice, lovely pack. This does 0 to 100 I see in around 3.6 seconds. I would love to take this on an open road and just accelerate. But unfortunately we are in a residential complex, so we have to mind our speed. But yeah, still I love the stance. The overall stance of this car is absolutely lovely. And I love the interior. Actually, this was a really good experience. I wouldn't actually mind going ahead and buying this. And it doesn't feel too big. Even though it's a nice and big car, it doesn't feel too huge a car, which is always a positive. That's nice. And then you have a volume button over here, you have menu over here, which controls your infotainment. It's very simple and straightforward. That's what I really like about this. It's not too cluttered. It's nice, simple, big dials which help you understand where your hands are. And then the AC is nice and powerful. And I love the way they've embedded this screen into the entire dash over here. This is lovely. And the good part of these seats just stick with you, right? You're just stuck into these seats. Not too much moving space, which is really good when you're cutting across these sharp, tight turns. And it's performing really well. I'm really enjoying my drive, to be honest. And they have your traction control, your gradient assist, and all of those you have over here. This I heard is also partly, there's an autonomous package that you can take with this car. So the car will help you with lane assistance and all of that. But this is the absolute high-end, top-end version of this car. This has 503 horsepower, but there's also a regular version of this. I don't know what the horsepower is. We'll just check that car out as well. But yeah, I'm sure it's not as fancy as this one, because this has really good interiors as well. So yeah, so that's it. We're back.